Josh, what have you been up to, man?
Work,
Ah,
play a little bit of games, using the internet while on the toilet. The usual stuff.
on what
Yeah, as I said,
device?
nothing's changed.
What's your toilet device of choice?
Oh, sure. Yeah. So I got one of these things. It's a tablet. It's like a computer, but it's got a touchscreen.
Is it? Wait, which one is it?
A computer.
This is actually I got the Dell Venue 8 Pro.
Adele
Which you
still
might think
makes
like that
things?
sounds. It's not. I know it sounds like junk, but it's not. It's fantastic. It's a
toilet
8-inch screen. What's that?
Only for toilet computing.
You know what? I use it at work.
Okay.
I use it in the bed. I use it everywhere. I would normally use any other tablet, except with the work part. It's kind of cool because it's got so it's full Windows 8.1. This is it's like the Intel's new Atom processor, but this Bay Trail they call it. Actually, very powerful. Like surprisingly, really good. Like it'll run kind of everything, and hence the full Windows. Microsoft recently reduced the cost for OEM Windows licensing, so they could get sub $300 full Windows tablets.
This turned really nerdy when I was just going for toilet jokes.
Oops, my bad.
Usually I can count on you for that kind of thing.
I'm just a big fan of this. I think it's freaking fantastic.
No, I am. I got a iPad Mini Retina, and I got excited. I really like mine, and I thought I saw another one. But wow, is that the first time that an Apple device has been confused for a Dell device? Because I think that.
I think recently they redesigned one of their laptop lines to look exactly like a MacBook, just like everyone else has done.
You kind of got to.
Yeah.
We upgraded Megan from a Chromebook to a iPad Air. A MacBook Air, and it's just like, oh, so that's who Samsung was copying their designs off of. What's been going on with Coleman?
Work, and just moved. As you can see by my awesome blown out window.
Oh God, you moved.
Yeah.
Where do you live?
I still live in Las Vegas.
Closer or further away from the Strip?
Further away. We live in a big ass house now, so.
Oh, cool.
It's pretty cool. It came with a TV that is in the master bedroom that swivels 360 degrees.
Awesome.
I'm in the one room, like in the office side, and then the other side is the bed side. So if I want to watch TV, I can just turn it around. And it's like 50 inches. It's amazing. It sold the house basically.
I understand. I could be suckered in for one of those features.
Yeah.
Anything with a lot of inches that spins around at 360 degrees is a good thing.
Like a helicopter.
There we go. Ripping off other people's material. That's where we're at. Yeah, Saturday morning podcast, the return of Super Gaming Best Friends from HorribleNight.com. I'm Justin Lacey with Cole Monroe.
Hello.
And Josh Lee.
Hello!
And sometimes an echo. It's not consistent, though, Josh Lee. Sometimes I can
my
hear
bad.
myself.
Wait, let me put on some headphones for you guys.
We'll see Josh Lee in a little while.
Back.
Oh, wow.
That was a short while.
Keeping it casual, we're live on Twitch TV /HorribleNight. If you guys have got questions for us, we'll eventually get to game stuff. No promises, though. We're just gonna chill until Cole has to go back to work.
In about 45 minutes.
Sucks. So I just finally finished Star Trek Into Darkness like 2 days ago. I got halfway through the movie and for unrelated reasons fell asleep because there was stuff going on. It was not the movie's fault. But
I should hope not.
Without spoiling it, like I really liked it. But when you look back at like the story of that movie, and for going all the efforts they made to do an alternate timeline, just to kind of like be so heavy-handed with the references to the previous timeline, it seemed a bit unnecessary. Like I got excited for the characters and the story they were trying to tell, but like I was just some of the stuff I was watching. I was like, really? Just we're gonna just do that scene again, huh? Like, that's clever. I saw that coming a mile away.
It was, there were two scenes in the movie where I just had my head in my hands. But when a certain character, whatever.
Okay. All right, go for it.
When somebody says his name, and he says it's Khan. I just tried to avoid spoilers. And I just said whatever. Khan's in the movie. It's Wrath of Khan remake.
Damn it!
And he goes, and he's like, and Khan, and the camera's like comes up on him, and he's like, God. And I really would not have. The movie would have not broken stride if it just had gone bah, 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 like God. It was so dumb. Like, why did you didn't have to do that? That's not.
Yeah, there were just a couple. There at least 3 to 5 of those types of moments where.
Yeah.
Who are you playing to? Because the rest,
I know.
I don't know. The rest of this stuff is going to piss off purists. The new fans don't really care, and so it's coming across as kind of hokey. So, man, it was weird to see how they handled all that. Like, but I still enjoyed the movie because of Scotty.
It was for. I feel like some of those moments were just for like people that were in the room during the original movie being watched by their family members, but they weren't paying that much attention. So they're like, oh yeah, this is that Star Trek. Yeah, my dad used to like that. Oh man, that's that one guy. I think he was in the one movie. Yeah. Like, great. Yeah, you just blew, like, you spent money to get that reaction out of 5 people.
Cole, I see you subscribe to something very exciting. Or...
Yeah.
Oh.
Yes, of course. The WWE Network is went live on Monday. Really difficult to get in, like any new online thing on Monday, especially right after lunch. But I got in like around like 4 o'clock or 7 o'clock Eastern, 4 o'clock my time. Got in and then tried to watch some stuff that night. Watched the live stuff without any problems because
nice.
they have a schedule of live stuff, just like a television network. But then the archive stuff was like really hit you, basically impossible to watch until later this week where they stopped getting slammed. But yeah, it's pretty awesome.
I feel like you missed a really good opportunity for a pun there.
Body slammed.
Yeah, something. Power.
Saturday morning Slam Masters.
Yeah.
Should have been the show. Missed opportunity.
But yeah, they had a live NXT, which is like their farm system, their developmental territory. They had a live show on Thursday night. I was watching a little bit of it last night. It was really good. Old high school buddy who was a ref in WWE now was on that show.
Shit.
Yeah, he's been on Raw a couple times. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I guess maybe I should be more excited about him being on Raw than NXT.
But it's really distracting. You're like, all right, I'm watching the referee now instead of the wrestlers. But it's really cool to see him be successful at that because he's been doing it since we were in high school.
Yeah.
So it's been a long time. He just signed, I think, last year. So.
I mean, all props to him, but so you got your friends that are doing the backyard wrestling thing, and then you got your friend that is doing the refereeing of the backyard wrestling thing and taking it much more seriously than the backyard wrestlers. It's like, where is this going? What is your career path? Well, I'll shut up now.
Yeah. The biggest wrestling company in the world.
Yeah. Showed you?
Yeah. That was...
Yeah, I have a question, Cole.
Yeah.
Can I watch Nitro episodes? And can I watch all them in sequence? I want all of them.
No, not yet.
What? It's only the pay-per-view stuff that's up.
It's only the pay-per-views right now. Yeah.
Okay.
They're gonna have a show called Monday Night Wars, which takes you back.
Oh, that's smart.
To showing WCW and WWE what they're doing, but that's just I think that's just probably gonna be an hour long. But yeah, I'm really excited for Nitro, and old Raws to be on there because you can just watch from the beginning to the end for WCW.
Yeah.
So yeah, I wonder.
And I wouldn't mind some old Saturday Night episodes either.
I'm wondering if they're holding back that kind of flood of archived, archived shows, or if it's a matter of like converting all that stuff. Like
I think they have to convert. Yeah, I think they're struggling with converting right now. But I think once they, I don't know how they're going to do it. But yeah, those definitely need to get on the network like as soon as possible.
I need a WWE Network roadmap. I need to know.
But all the WCW pay-per-views are on there, so you can watch.
I forgot about. I didn't even think about that. Like when they said pay-per-views.
And ECW pay-per-views going back until like 97, 98. So I started watching one of those, which is like, holy crap, this is.
What'd you watch?
Heatwave 98, ECW.
Oh, wow.
It was, the first match I watched was Just Incredible versus Jerry Lynn. If you guys have any idea. I think Rob Van Dam and Sabu were the tag team champions, and they were going to be fighting later on in the card, but I don't know who they were fighting. I didn't get that far.
A young Rob Van Dam.
Yeah.
Did he ever look different though? That guy always looked like
his hairline is a little more forward than it is now. With his ponytail, it's like kind of back here. But Sabu looks the same. Shane Douglas was their champion, which is really weird. But yeah, I recommend it if you like wrestling. It's
I'm scared of it. Like I think it's awesome.
You're gonna.
But
yeah,
that's a deep dark hole, and it's only gonna get worse.
But if you think about it, I mean, I think it's a really good model because it's $120 a year basically, and so if you would have bought 2 pay-per-views, like.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah. And you're getting all of them for free.
Yeah.
Oh well, for $10 a month.
No, they do.
Do they still do the 2 prices for SD versus HD?
I think it's just one.
They do. Okay.
I think it's just $10 a month.
No, I meant for the regular pay-per-views.
Yeah. I think they still do the difference. So it's like $60 for WrestleMania or $70 for WrestleMania, and
wow.
you get that included live.
That's crazy. That's crazy. That
you get all the
if you're a fan,
live.
if that's the thing that if you would watch a bunch of them, especially, if it seems like they're just giving it away. That's nuts.
Yeah. But then they're also people like me who would maybe watch WrestleMania every year and only spend the money like one time a year on any of their products. Now they have me hooked for more money than I was spending a year.
Yeah.
So they're actually making more money, I think, off of more people than they were before, potentially.
It seems really smart and surprising that they figured it out.
Yeah, really forward-thinking for the WWE, which is really weird. And it's crazy that they partnered with the Major League Baseball Advanced Media Network to get this off. So,
yeah, so does Major League Baseball own that streaming company that's been doing all this stuff?
It's MLB Advanced Media.
Wow.
Or whatever. Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah, they partnered with them. Well, I mean, they've been streaming stuff for a couple years, so they have a good handle on it.
Steven,
MLB TV is really good.
Yeah.
Really good.
I wish the NBA would figure that out because I want to watch some Pacers games, and
yeah, me too.
I don't have cable. Steven from chat's headed to WrestleMania. That's ridiculous. What number?
Oh, wow.
What number is WrestleMania?
30.
30.
Yeah,
I think it's in New Orleans, maybe.
Hosted by Hulk Hogan, right? Is that the?
Yeah, the Hulk's there.
Oh man.
Who's the headliners? Like the main event?
Right now, I think the main event is Batista came back, and he's fighting Randy Orton for the championship.
No, I don't care about that at all.
Yeah, I don't care about that either.
I was really disappointed that when I was watching the Guardians of the Galaxy trailer, that I could tell that dude was Batista.
It's Batista. Yeah.
I was
Drax.
like, oh. I was like, I don't know anything about this movie, and I'm already taken out of it because of Batista. Although it looks silly as hell, so I'll go see it.
Yeah, because that only works if it's The Rock. If you're like, I know who that is, but sweet, it's The Rock. We love that guy. Maybe Batista is like everyone will turn around on him too. Everyone loves him.
Undertaker and Lesnar are fighting too, so that probably will be the main event.
Oh,
wow.
Yeah. Yeah, you know what? I haven't watched a ton in recent years, but like we watched WrestleMania together a couple years ago, and then I watched I watched it by myself once. That was really sad and not fun. But Undertaker, that guy, for like his age and what he's put his body through, that size of guy, like he still really kind of leaves it all out there. Like it's a good performance.
Yeah. He is very good.
Do you know, Cole,
yeah, I was pretty impressed.
how does he come back at all before WrestleMania? Like he comes back to like
just like the month before.
the month, yeah, because like I know
like he's done that for like the last 3 or 4 years. That's all he's done is wrestle once in WrestleMania, and then recover for the rest of the time because he just gets so hurt. Like his match with Shawn Michaels and stuff is just, and Triple H, he got hurt really bad. I think like he got a hip replacement or something.
Yeah, I want to say the last 3 years I've gotten WrestleMania for whatever reason, mainly because one of our friends just has an awesome setup and it's fun to watch it over there. But I don't. But all 3 years, like Taker's match has been the best. Like, they do. He just leaves it all out there, and he gets the best out of whoever he's wrestling. And all the other main event stuff is usually shit.
It'll be interesting to see how that works with Lesnar. Just because I know, like I've heard that Taker and whoever he's fighting, like they practice their match over and over again, like at his home in Texas before.
Oh.
So I don't know, like Shawn Michaels, Triple H. I don't know who he fought. Did he fight CM Punk last year? I'm sure they were all down to do that. Mm-hmm. But I don't know if Brock Lesnar's down to do that.
Was last year CM Punk? I think it was.
I don't know. I didn't watch last year.
Yeah, it was. That was a good time. I think I could be wrong. It all blurs together, but now I'm excited about the WD Network, and I'll probably pay more attention when they start adding back episodes. There's Cole, you might remember this from I think high school, early college. I can't remember. It had to be college because of the Goldberg run our freshman year. But we came home for something to watch something else, and we were with our some non-wrestling fans, but they had WCW Nitro on in the background because Goldberg was about to I think he was tying the record or breaking the record. But
no, I think he was winning the championship that night, I thought.
Man, it was. I just remember kind of watching it, but not watching it. So I want to find that episode because it like really stuck out in my memory of like, holy shit, like everybody's watching wrestling right now.
And our friend, who didn't like it, they were kind of into it as well.
Have you guys had any interest in the game at all? I think I was kind of tempted.
Triple H.
I was kind of tempted to get it just because it was the last one on these consoles, so maybe it would like be the most fully featured one.
Well, and plus new developers though. Yeah. This year.
Well, it wasn't the same team. I thought.
Well, yeah, it was mostly the same.
A new publisher, but
new publisher.
A messed up year for them for sure. Cole, we lost your camera. That's how we're gonna keep rolling.
Okay. Still seems on to me.
Do you see him, Josh?
I got it. We look good.
All right. Oh, he's back.
Yeah.
All right.
You're crazy.
I blame Pretty Little Liars.
Internet.
Pretty Little Liars is probably being watched in my house right now while we're doing this.
Getting your shit fucked up.
Yep.
That's how I call it.
What? What does that mean? I don't.
No, I said
that's
like
really
whenever my wife was watching something, I was like, "You fucking up my shit."
That's a thing.
Yeah, that's a thing.
I don't know. I need to learn. I'm not cool. I don't know this. I need if you could write these down for me.
So if you're
keep in my pocket cheat sheet.
If your roommate Josh ever is streaming something and you're trying to watch something online or play an online video game, you can say,
okay.
Yeah, you can yell at her across the house. Are you fucking up my shit?
That sounds legit.
Yeah. And vice versa. It happens vice versa a lot.
You guys aren't doing like bandwidth queuing or packet prioritization or anything on your home network?
I don't know what you're talking about.
You want to come over and set my shit up?
Yeah.
Just get bigger internets. It solves all the problems.
No, it's not. It hasn't been an issue.
I think that's possible anymore. They're holding us all back. Got to make a special deal with Comcast.
I know.
Give them extra
That's the
money.
devil.
Yeah. Oh, I thought JPT in chat had a woman screaming downstairs. It's the woman streaming downstairs. Seems to affect his streaming stuff. What do you have to say about video games, Josh?
They're all right.
All right.
I still like them. Since last time we talked, I actually. So I haven't played a ton of new stuff. However, we can talk about Firefall.
You can talk
not
about
Firefall.
whatever you want,
Titanfall.
Josh.
I played Firefall as well, but which is just totally random. But Titanfall.
That's a much different conversation and much more random.
Yeah. The old beta, as they say.
You played Titanfall on the Vita?
The beta.
Oh.
You guys play? Have you guys played it or no?
No. Tell me about it.
It's a video game by the guys that make Call of Duty.
Call of Duty.
Call of Duty. Man, robots are cool. I like robots. And I wish there was a Voltron game. That's what they said, like, the first things I think of when I log into this. I think, like, I wish these robots could form together. It is exactly what you'd expect out of the dudes that made Call of Duty, and they added big robots. The action is super fast paced. You're jumping and running and shooting, and that's pretty much it. Like, you better really, really want some competitive multiplayer gaming.
I have a question for you, Josh.
Yep.
If you are somewhat bored of left trigger to aim, right trigger to shoot, competitive multiplayer games,
this
will bring you back.
Well, you're describing me, and I am not going to pick up Titanfall.
Okay.
It's just not enough for me, and I know this is going to sound weird, but Ethan, if he was here, would agree with me. I'm going to miss the campaign, and now okay. Now wait, I have to reserve judgment on that because there is a campaign mode in the multiplayer that could be way different and really fantastic, and I haven't seen it because it's not in the beta.
So, okay, I'm curious about that.
So that may be that's still kind of up in the air, but just as far as like the action and all that, and it's so well made. It's really fantastic. It's just not, man. I don't.
Yeah, it looks great. I assume.
I don't care. Yeah, it looks good. It really does. It looks cool. I like the kind of the gritty look of the robots. Like, the tech is not. It doesn't have that like super sleek kind of anime thing going on. You know, it's somewhere between like a Heavy Gear and a Mech Warrior BattleTech kind of thing. And like the way they move is kind of like maybe the big suits that from Matrix 3.
Would it be your?
Do you guys remember that?
Would it be your giant robot game of choice right now?
No.
What is your giant robot game of choice?
Mech Warrior Online.
Okay, just curious.
Because those feel like big stompy robots. And you know what? Most of the time I didn't even get in the robot most of the time, or the suit. The Titan.
Because we're not good at video games.
No, I would drop it in.
Uh-huh.
As soon as your timer runs, you have like every 2 minutes you get to drop one in, and which sounds like wow, there should be a lot of those running around. It's only 6-on-6. There's not ever that many out at once, and they're kind of easy to blow up from the ground. Everyone has an anti-Titan weapon, so you can always just pull out a rocket launcher and shoot in the butt. But the best way to use them, I think, is to drop them in, set them to follow mode, and just let them run around as AI. That's pretty cool, because then you can guard them. You can defend your Titan, and that's pretty cool.
I didn't know this was a big escort game.
Yeah.
I haven't done a big robot escort game. I guess that's kind of. Oh, what was that? I don't even care. I was going to say the 6-on-6 is actually appealing to me. I know you like your big Battlefield.
I do, yeah.
Maps. But it was what actually got me halfway interested was 6-on-6 plus the NPCs. I didn't realize there was so much NPC fodder to shoot, which to me says, hey, I can get some points because I can shoot dumbass AI rather than all of these awesome 12-year-olds.
Yeah, but I think the AI is not very good.
Yes.
Which is well, not that they are programmed poorly, but intentionally, I assume they just don't shoot that much.
Okay.
They don't hit stuff when they do. They don't seek cover very well. Like they're in general meant to be shot easily by the player characters, which it seems like the design intention. Yeah, except they're always just kind of like coming out of the backgrounds, the edges of the level, in areas where you don't really need to look or go. Like when you're playing, say, the domination style game mode, that's where a straight up team deathmatch. I didn't really play a lot of. I kind of went for the objective mode, but you're constantly getting worked by the other players, so you can't really. I wasn't able to spend a lot of time focusing on just shooting the fodder. So they were just just movement in the background for me. It didn't seem like they were mixing too well, as with the other player characters. And I don't know, they were really, you could tell when it was a human, because you were actually getting your face blown off. But half the time, if you could see a guy and you thought like you got a drop on someone, that wasn't a person.
I mean, do they have any other markers that you can tell if it's AI or a human?
You know what? I was thinking about that earlier, and I can't remember. But I think even the AI has like a similar kind of like a red name thing above their head. But I mean, I think just average person in the moment, you're just blowing stuff up. I think that they intended for you to not really like care whether it was a person or not. So it was just kind of supposed to be kind of seamless, and it felt that way to some degree. But as soon as I started getting in the flow of things, I knew just based on the behavior. Yeah.
I mean that all sounds appealing to me, but I still, when it comes down to it, that's not where I want to spend my game time. It looks cool, and I'm sure it'll be a phenomena. So, and I've just, all the hype around it, I've never gotten into it. I've never gotten excited as far as like the next big thing. Like, and I know, I keep pointing out to Destiny. That's kind of the thing I'm excited for. But I also understand that's not doing, monumental things differently either. But it's just more of that, co-op style that I like, the small group stuff. So,
right.
But I'm really curious to see, the aftermath of Titanfall's launch with the Xbox One, and just how many units that moves, if it's more successful on PC, like that type of stuff.
Well, especially since they're packing it in with Xbox One now for the same price. So
that is crazy.
Yeah.
I wonder how that plays with a controller. I mean, it was so. I get whatever. Yeah. I guess it'd be the same. There's just so much more. You're constantly jumping off stuff, onto stuff, climbing ledges,
and that parkour is
nonstop
fun, right?
Yeah, it's pretty good because you can pull off some pretty crazy kind of moves and get the drop on people. But and I think like the upper limit on the player's skill for traversing the maps is going to be like obviously way higher. But I think guys that get really good at that stuff are you're just gonna get dominated. If somebody gets really good at kind of having their bearings not just on a flat plane, but being able to, jump, spin, shoot a guy in the back of the head from, that kind of stuff is gonna be pretty neat.
Cool.
A lot of verticality to the levels, and you kind of have to have that because the Titans are. Yeah. So you can always double jump, and you can always grab onto ledges, and you can always do the wall jump off of any vertical surface.
Does the wall grab work like when you're right next to it, or do you have like a little hook shot thingy, or? No,
when you get near it, your guy's hands are grabbing it.
All right, cool. I mean that stuff looks that stuff's really interesting, but so I mean I don't have anything negative to say about Titanfall. It's just always been one of those not for me. But EA needs a win, so that'll be interesting, and it's also just. With all the issues they've been having with Battlefield 4 and this, kind of coming out relatively soon, like I kind of think they want this to get in front of Battlefield at this point. And can we just, let DICE go back to doing their thing?
Yeah, Battlefield. I still haven't really. I've gone back to it a couple of times, and it's just things just don't work right. Man, still,
if they have network issues, if they have launch issues with this thing, that'll be If they EA this up, it'll be interesting. And Microsoft would be quite pissed too, I would imagine. They got a few bucks invested in this, so.
Mm-hmm. Well, this is using their back end, right? So Microsoft's
all the Azure
this
cloud stuff.
Yeah, this will be the first real test of that, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
I also really curious to see the 360 version. That thing's just kind of been pushed to the side.
Yeah. It's weird. No one is showing it, talking about it.
Cole, what video games do you want to talk about?
Let's talk about Hearthstone.
You played Hearthstone?
A surprise entrance. Yeah. I played Hearthstone last week. Just listening to you talk about it, Justin, and one of my friends at work was like really pushing it. He's like, you should play it. It's fun.
Card games.
And I'm not like super into card games, but downloaded it, got through the tutorial section. I haven't played anybody real yet.
The tutorial is awesome, though. It's it's so well paced.
It's very well paced. Like how they introduce different moves you can do is really cool, and it's simple enough where you don't have to I don't know. It's not magic, I guess.
But it kind of.
I don't know. I really enjoyed the tutorial, and I'm going to stick with it some more. I don't have a whole lot to say about it. I think more people should play it.
So really cool. That Warcraft personality hit home with you a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
You kind of missed that, didn't you? Like making fun of WoW. Like you can see.
Yeah, because I really like Warcraft 2 and 3. Not a WoW fan at all, but I just you get the yes sir aspect of the ogres or the ogres helping you out.
I am proud of you for trying this game because I almost didn't, and it's a fun 15-minute game. You can just drop in and out of a game really quick, and I don't usually like playing like public anonymous games, but online, but I enjoy me some Hearthstone.
Hearthstone.
Yeah, Hearth.
Yep.
Is it Hearth?
Looks cool.
Hearth.
Oh, I'm with you, Cole.
Home is where the hearth is. So.
Did you play yet, Josh? Where were you going before the puns?
No, I was. I'm kind of mildly interested in this. I don't really care about the World of Warcraft world, but everybody's really enjoying the card game aspect. So
yeah,
might give it a shot.
Cool.
Maybe. Probably not. I probably play it.
Yeah. And I think I know eventually it's going to come out to iOS devices. I think it's tailor-made for that stuff.
It'll be perfect.
It looks great too for a card game. I was really surprised of the graphical quality on it, actually.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that as a couch game.
They spent some time on it.
They got some artists over there that know how to make Warcraft shit.
Yeah.
I want to know how your NBA career is going. Are you still sticking with the My Career mode?
Yeah, I'm almost in the playoffs for the first season. I got I think I have three or four more games. So interesting story. I got drafted by the Kings.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
that's a terrible organization.
Hated playing for the Kings, so I forced a trade and got traded to the Pacers, which was awesome.
Did you really?
Yeah.
In the first season, you can do all
the first season.
All right.
Yeah.
Did you create yourself?
Yeah, of course.
Like it looks like you?
A little bit, yeah.
Can we get a screenshot on the thing?
I haven't saved it yet. It's on my PS4. So yeah, probably gonna
share
win.
button.
Yeah, probably gonna win Rookie of the Year. I'm thinking.
Oh, congratulations!
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Pretty excited about it. Led the Pacers from they were 20 below 500. We're around 500 right now. Yeah, it was weird.
What?
We're around 500 right now, in 6th, 7th seed, I think. Yeah, Paul George is having a terrible season. Danny Granger's having the season of his life.
This is the new J.J. Abrams timeline.
Yeah.
Yeah. Elton Brand got traded for Luis Scola earlier in the year, so Elton Brand's on the Pacers. I took George Hill's starting spot.
I was gonna say, who'd they trade you for? So are you playing point guard?
Yeah, I play point guard.
See, I don't.
Because I like to have the ball. I like to have the ball in my hands.
Okay.
In the video games. So,
Because you play My Career Mode as you only control yourself, right?
Yeah.
That was
Oh,
yeah, like
whoa, weird.
Which
I actually like it a lot though.
Me
it's
too.
It's almost like more realistic a way to play. It's cool. It's really interesting.
I get really excited to play defense.
Yeah, and there's some really frustrating parts where like you don't touch the ball and like, what are you doing? You're just standing there passing the ball, and you can there's a request the pass button, but it can potentially like lower your teammate grade, which transitions into points like 2K money that you can buy upgrades for your character and stuff. So
I mean, well, I forget. At the end of your high school basketball career, what position were you playing? Were you playing point guard?
I was playing point guard.
Okay, yeah. So I always
Wait, you play the high school stuff too?
no, not
No, in real life.
not in the game.
In real life.
No, what I was because
I
Cole's
was like 1, 2, and 3.
Cole's so much taller than me. I always associate point guard with somebody of my stature, and like he's more of the like a forward. So I would assume you would have made a forward, but then I thought about it. I was like, no, I'm really short. He's about the right size for a point guard. So, how long did it take your character to start? Because my character is at the very beginning of the season, and I get to just watch from the bench and choose whether or not to support my team.
Yeah, it took until I think after the All-Star break.
Really? And you're still gonna be Rookie of the Year?
Oh yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Put him in, coach. He's a game changer. That's
what happens when you're like a bench player.
So like you can either watch the game or you can just skip forward to when you get back in.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy. I had no idea.
Yeah,
it's the same. Like the NHL series has been doing that for a few years now too. Like where they have their My Career Mode and you just play as one player, and when you're on the bench you can skip it.
So, when you're trying to kind of put myself in that mindset, like when I'm playing and controlling everyone, it's really about just the score. Just trying to win. And when you're playing just yourself, do you skip when you're on the bench? Do you just is it really just about your player and like how you do, or
yeah, so like I skip all the time when I'm on the bench because the games would last too long. But yeah, it's just really about your player. Like I'm worried about involving my other team, not taking every single shot, like getting assists, rebounds, playing good defense on the opposing player. Like it's because you'll like if your player is just like scoring out of control, you'll lose the ability to gain like the gold that they have or the currency. So there's like other aspects of the game that like kind of make you play more realistic style, so you can get your character upgraded.
So it's about your personal achievements, which happen to also be helping the team. I get that.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that sounds pretty cool. It's like a totally different investment into the actual game that you're playing. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I think that's why I stuck with it for like a whole season. I've never played a season of a game before. And I played all 82.
Not even Tecmo Super.
Well, not even Madden. I never played 16 games in the season of Madden.
I think I did once. I think I did that once.
I've played so many basketball games.
Well, basketball games are more fun to play.
Yeah, I agree too. And it looks great. Like that's part of it as well. Like it's the best basketball game I've ever played.
So how upset are you that you don't have the PC version so you can play the Space Jam mod?
Not upset at all. I'm not upset at all because it doesn't have the PS4 version doesn't have the LeBron James story mode, so I'm okay with that.
Oh, that's a good point.
I think I asked you guys about this once, but the PC version of the new one is not. It doesn't actually look the same as the PS4 one, right? It's not the same game.
It's not as good.
Port thing.
Yeah.
Okay, it's like a port of the previous console.
360, yeah, and I think there's stuff in the PS or the new generation version that's not in the 360 and vice versa. There's more in the PS4 version, but they took out the LeBron James story mode, which is cool.
Which I wish I had that option on any platform. Because that was just gross, man. That was
it's very gross.
Help set up his next decision. Which team does he want to go play for? And it's only select cities. He can't be anywhere. So it's just
Yeah, but there's a story mode aspect of like the career mode where you have an agent and that's your buddy. you can fire him for a new agent, and it's really terrible, but funny at the same time.
Like I think I said when we talked about it when we first started playing, like it's still there is a stereotype that your player is no matter how you do this. Like, and I was like, this is
for sure.
These types of guys are why I stopped playing basketball, and because I stopped growing to not even be close to 6 foot tall. So, but I'm glad that didn't get into the story mode. So,
this is bad. This conversation is not good because I've been really wanting to play that game.
Give this NBA RPG 2K14.
Yeah, dude, I think you would really get into it, Josh.
Yeah, but I don't want to play I know the PC version's inferior.
Yeah.
Well,
what do I do?
You want to borrow my PS4 until Infamous comes out because it's not really, it's not really doing anything until that happens.
Yeah, maybe that's it. I actually played a game of 2K13 on the 360 last week.
That's right.
against an 8-year-old, and he was like the new Olympic team or something like that, and I was like the original three-peat Bulls, I crushed him, and I didn't mean to. It was just like I was just playing normal basketball, and it was just really funny hearing a kid who didn't even know who any of those players were, yelling out, cursing Scottie Pippen's name. Pippen! And it's all like, yeah, that's a win.
Do the bounce ball jam.
Yeah.
I think we got time for one more thing before Cole's got to go. Josh, would you mind taking a little time here and selling people on why you should spend $50 on Earth Defense Force?
Oh gosh. So, well, I know. Does my opinion count if I haven't been able to purchase the game yet because Microsoft account problems?
You've made your purchase decision. They're just in your way.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Oh boy. Anyone who doesn't like EDF probably doesn't play games for fun. They play games for specific like goals of like I need to win. I have to get more points than my last time I played or the other person. That kind of stuff. But if you like just in general shooting things, and you like Godzilla movies or just in general, like you like big things. You like small things next to big things. Do you like bugs? The idea of aliens or giant alien bugs. Like if any of these things are things that would like appeal to you,
and
then
environmental
you should probably buy EDF. Yeah, it's just like you're a tiny dude. And you're fighting like hundreds or thousands of like giant things, and they're robots, and they're bees, and they're spiders, and there's
bees.
Or hornets or whatever. I don't know. They're like giant bees. This is new for this game, I think. And ants. Ants are kind of like the standard soldier, and you're just blowing these things up. While you're trying to say there's like civilians running around, they die. It doesn't really matter that they die. It's not like some kind of protect the people. Well, I mean, you can not kill the things before they kill them.
I was like, are there objectives in this game? Because I don't pay attention to that.
Yeah, so like the whole idea is like that these cities are getting evacuated or they're getting attacked, and people are trying to like run out. You're trying to go in and kill the bugs, but as like people are always running away from you when you spawn into the levels. And one of my favorite lines, like there's some hilarious lines out of the NPCs in the game. The other soldiers, they'll yell stuff, and they always have morale issues. They're always like, "Oh, we can't do this! Oh, help!" My favorite line though is, "They're beating off the humans." And it's really good. It's co-op, 2-player couch co-op, 4-player online, and confirmed the entire campaign plus an extra 9 missions are playable in 4-player co-op. They have classes now, and they're kind of radically different. You can call in airstrikes. You can get in big robot suits. They have helicopters, tanks, hover bikes, other stuff probably too. I don't think trucks, but I hope there's a surprise truck in this one.
I think we need to.
And there's like 90 levels. What's that?
I was gonna say I think we need to have a Josh Lee hype moment on all of these shows because The way you rattle that stuff off, like you're not reading from the back of the box. Like
No.
it's just. I still can't believe it's $50. But the new, what is it? Earth Defense Force 2025.
Yep.
Did you like Insect Armageddon? That was the most recent one.
It was okay. It was okay.
Okay.
Like it wasn't not as good as 2017. And I think it might have been maybe a different team that made it. But it was passable. It was fine. It just wasn't the greatest thing in the world.
All right, we're gonna let Cole get out of here. Oh, we had a little late start, so he's got to take off. Thanks for joining.
Gotta go to work. See you guys. Thanks for a nice morning conversation. See you.
See you, Cole.
See
Um. So yeah, I liked the first Earth Defense Force on the 360, and I'm hoping that this is like the reviews steered me away from Insect Armageddon. Maybe I was a fool.
No, I mean it was okay. It was on the PC. That's kind of neat.
Yeah.
This is not.
Yeah,
But-
that's kind of yeah.
I don't know. And they I think they upgraded some things with Insect Armageddon, and but they didn't. It's like they had a hard time making some of the new things more like fun as well. So, in 2025, for everything I've seen, I've watched people play it, but it looks to be the same reasons you enjoyed, or I enjoyed 2017, would be the same reasons you would enjoy 2025. So,
Awesome.
it looks fun. It's dumb. It's super dumb. And if you don't like dumb stuff, like when we love dumb stuff, like some of our favorite games in recent years were super dumb. Like I think we had an email thread where I was trying to point out that you should be comparing this to bad games, not like these really good ones.
I like spending $50 on bad games. Actually, what sold me on EDF originally was just the wonky physics of a giant ant like caught on top of a skyscraper, and like he's just kind of spinning around, just looking all dumb. And then I was like, I'm going to try to shoot that ant, and I shot my rocket off in the distance, and then in that moment realized, oh shit, I can blow up the building, and
you can level an entire city, all the buildings destructible, and sometimes you do.
We'll play that soon, and I'm looking forward to that as soon as Microsoft unlocks your account for all the
so dumb
heinous activity.
Oh my god! I'm in chat with Microsoft rep Sussy. I think she misspelled Susie. Way too nice. Like stop being so nice and thanking me for every single thing I say. Like you ask me a question, I give you the answer. You don't have to say thank you every time. Oh, thank you. That was awesome. Like I just gave you my phone number. Like what do you shut up? But they couldn't. They're like, well, I can't tell you why it's locked, but I can tell you it's because we're here to protect your privacy and security and protect you from fraudulent activity. I mean, that's just the beginning. I'm like, what? Wait, what are you gonna do next? Like this is why people are. This is why people put socks over the Kinect.
I didn't even think about that. She's I mean, obviously you haven't really been using that account, so they've been watching. No. They've been watching you.
Well, actually, I have the same account I use on my tablet and on my desktop PC, and I've bought pinball tables recently on it.
Pinball.
New Star Wars tables.
I forgot about those. I don't think I played those. Oh man, I need to do some high scores on that. What platform are you playing on these days? You in PC?
Yeah, because
where can I crush your dreams?
Yeah, do it on the Windows platform.
Okay.
The Windows gaming system. Oh, and you've been playing Strider. You just finished that, right?
I like Strider. I'm going to write my review next week. I actually streamed that entire game.
Yeah, I saw that you were just finishing your stream was popping up. I didn't get to watch it, but yeah, pretty great.
Have you been playing it?
I've been playing Strider, yeah.
Cool.
But the arcade version, the original, I've been playing it on my camera.
I need to actually, I need to play that to compare it because I've never played much of the arcade version, but I know that this game pulled a lot from that as far as the setting and that kind of stuff. So
it's hard. Is the new one hard? Because the original's hard.
I think it's one of those situations that if you want to play that, you need to play it on hard. I played it on normal. I didn't have any problem with the difficulty until the very end. Like the last boss took me probably 8 or 9 times to figure him out. So like the end just ramps up really quickly, but it's also once you get all your abilities in that game, it's a lot of fun to play and move around. So
Yeah, and you can slash in any direction, right?
Yes.
The sword.
What?
Okay, that's
no up. I think it's just up and horizontal and vertical. I don't think there's an.
Down.
Yeah, I don't think there's an angle.
Mm.
Come to think of
But
it.
straight down, straight up,
Yes.
straight down. Okay, that's cool.
No, I don't think
That's,
you can. No, you got like a butt stomp move. You got like the dive that's
you do?
straight down.
Okay.
That works. Yeah, so that would be the way you do that. But you don't. I could be wrong. I don't know, but you move so fast, it kind of doesn't matter. Like I never felt limited by the range of the sword. So
okay.
what is ETS2, Lomar? Sorry, you told me that the other.
That's Euro Truck Simulator.
Oh
too?
yes. Oh God.
Mm-hmm.
Would you care to guess how many hours he's put in this? I saw this the other
Well,
day.
I hope Nilmar's actually living in that world. Maybe he's getting paid real money to drive trucks, to virtual
Somebody's got
trucks.
to figure that out, right? Like they
Like
should.
for bitcoins or something, right? Like there's got to be a.
There's got to be a way to tie Euro Truck to other simulation games, and you are responsible for actually delivering goods between games or something.
Oh, what if we had this like crazy Ender's Game Euro Truck Simulator crossover kind of thing where you're like playing the game, but you're actually like remote driving real trucks on the road, and you don't know it. And so we're putting kids into Oculus Rift and saying like, drive these trucks, get the best score, and then but every once in a while you'd be on the road you'd see a semi driving like a real jerk.
Did you watch the movie?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like when they finally get to command school and they're doing the simulations, like the first time they kind of fail, just like the the look on the commander's faces. Just
They're like, oh shit. The kids are like, shoot, we lost, and everyone else is like,
those were good people.
My god. Oh my god, like 10 million people. Yeah, it's very funny.
That movie, that movie, man, that was they fit it all in to 2 hours.
Yes. Yep.
That's what you can
yes,
say.
They did. Yes, they did. Yeah, that's fun.
I wish I would retire. Nilmar, I want to say he was over 200 hours into it. So.
Oh boy! Wow.
That's a lot of trucking.
Wow.
Trucks.
I hope he's using some mods to make the trucks go faster. And
what is the Euro
I'm not
Truck mod scene like?
People have added a ton of new roads, like new areas, like new map, like
built onto Europe.
Flesh it out, added on extra. It's not all there. It's not like the game accurately recreates every single road in the entirety of Europe, obviously. So they've added other stuff. I think this year we'll get America.
Oh, yeah, I did see that.
For real, yeah.
And it's like we were talking last night. I think Jason and I were talking last night. If there's like a forklift simulator. There's another simulator.
Oh yeah,
around.
yeah. There's a forklift
Goat
one.
Simulator. We know about Goat Simulator.
I thought it was Shenmue 3, but it was a new game. Have you seen? There's speaking of Japanese games that we'll never see over here or ever see again. There's a new Yakuza game that looks awesome that we'll never get. You won't be able, and there's no English. I don't think there's any English subtitles. It's just awful. But it's set in, I think, like feudal Japan. It's like samurais and stuff.
Oh, cool.
And it looks really good. It looks awesome. It just came out for, I think it's a PS4 game. I think it's a PS4 game.
Was it
or maybe it's a PS3.
Was it a launch
I don't know.
title?
No, I don't know. Yes. Maybe it's not out yet, and it's going to be out for the PS4, but they've showed a lot of gameplay footage. It's a video game, and it's coming out soon, or it's out now, and it's for a Sony platform, and it looks great, and we can't play it, and I'm real sad.
Josh Lee, our official Sony correspondent, Sony Japan, with the scoop. No, I think the thing I'm most excited for is that Lord of the Rings game. That gameplay demo of is it Shadow of Mordor? Is that the
Shadows for Mordor.
Assassin's Creed, Lord of the Rings.
Shadows by Mordor. It looks really good. Really, really good.
And then I like the all the really cool stuff you saw in our demo about all these enemies remembering who you are and you having these nemesis. That won't be in the 360 version.
Yeah.
So we're gonna cut that AI out. So I never really thought about the extra power being focused on like AI type stuff, like for that. Like everybody always thinks of, like graphics and that kind of thing, but like
you must have forgotten our conversations last year about this then, where we talked about when some people were saying we don't need that extra horsepower. Games look good enough, and I know myself, and I believe you concurred at the time. This is the part where you would put in a replay of an old show. Where we were saying like the benefits will be all the other stuff that you don't that just has nothing to do with graphics, like everything else going on in the background that they couldn't keep track of, like in GTA a car after it goes a block away disappears.
Yeah.
Like you can't stalk people, follow them home and do bad things to them in their own homes.
But even in that conversation I was still thinking along the lines of like density for physical objects, like keeping track of literally a physical object like that car, and it just kind of woke me up that just like the AI routines, like how much it remembers about the like less tangible details, and that was kind of a holy shit moment when I watched the trailer, because that was
that's pretty cool. I mean, now that you say it out loud, it's not like that stuff is actually like happening and being rendered and stuff in real time when you don't see it.
It's still kept tracked by code and not like
it's like
graphical processing power. So,
but it's still got to be creating new story scenarios and stuff on the fly and calling back to stuff that you already did. I thought it looked and it was gorgeous.
Yeah,
or as gorgeous as Mordor can look.
And I like me a Lord of the Rings game with some gore and some violence.
There was a lot of that.
That was pretty awesome. I actually kind of killed my buzz for Black Flag. It's just like, I've seen the next thing.
Have you not played that yet?
Oh, I played about a dozen hours of Black Flag.
Oh, okay.
I got
having trouble finishing.
Yeah, I got distracted, and what did I start playing? I started playing a little bit of Metal Gear Rising. I still suck at that game. I have not gotten any better since that demo. I do not understand how to play that game, but it's still fun and ridiculous. I beat some. Have you played that? Yeah,
Not yet.
I beat some very Metal Gear characters, like the. And the other thing about Rising is I hate Raiden so much, but they have written him in such a way that he's so snarky. Like there were 3 or 4 times when I was live streaming it that I made the same like snarky comment of that he made like a second later. So we were kind of in tune. And
oh my god, you're right.
Yeah, it was weird. But he still got that dumb gravelly voice, and I don't know. That game doesn't take itself seriously, and I love it for it. So, but it's still.
Who does Raiden's voice? Is that like somebody?
I don't know, but it's just a gravelly type of. It's like gravelly and got a little bit of like
nasally though, right?
Yeah, gravelly and nasally.
Like I mean, that's got to be somebody. Help! Somebody look it up.
And then I was trying to get into The Witcher 2. I just got distracted. Like I put in half a dozen hours into that. Really like that. Hopefully we'll revisit it. But I need some more Witcher 3 hype to get back on there. But South Park's the next big thing for me, I think. After I get, and then that'll probably distract me from Lords of Shadow 2, honestly, because I doubt I beat Lords of Shadow 2 in my first attempt. I bet I have to like stop and then come back because the first game's kind of heavy. So,
yeah, I still haven't beat the first one. I don't know. We'll see. I'm a sucker for like the stupid stories like that, though.
I mean, that's the reason to play it, because it doesn't sound like they learned any of their gameplay lessons between the first and the second one. They just feels like that game is developed in a vacuum. Like Mercury Steam has their vision, they're stubborn, they're going to stick with it. We don't care about action game conventions to make this game like really enjoyable to play. We're going to make it methodical, and I hope you like Castlevania. I hope you like Gothic stuff. Which I do, so I don't have a problem with it. But I understand that like it's a very targeted audience, I guess. Like this is.
Can you imagine that game before they slapped the Castlevania stuff on it? Like, what if?
Oh man.
Like, would anyone have
so
given
generic.
a shit?
Oh no shit. Yeah. There's absolutely. If I didn't think that there were like just some gems around tying to the Belmont clan and the story later, like in just or Alucard and that kind of stuff, there's no reason I would play it. So you take that stuff away? No. This.
So you're playing Mirror of Fate. So you're getting the in between. Mm-hmm. That's really. I mean, story-wise, right? Isn't that?
Yeah, that's the main draw. Like, I'm just finishing. I think Simon Belmont does the intro in that game, and I think you switch between Belmonts and some other stuff. So,
what other stuff? What's that? You just glossed over that. What is that? Tell me.
I think Alucard's been in the Lord of the Shadow trailers, the Lord of the Shadow 2 trailers, and
will you play as Alucard in?
I don't know. I think so. I know he's in Mirror of Fate. They explain him popping up in Mirror of Fate. That's why I want to play it. I was like, why the fuck is Alucard in Lords of Shadow 2? And I'm hoping Mirror of Fate tells me that.
So you're playing as Simon in Mirror of Fate?
I believe you play as Simon and Trevor. I think you play
Trevor's
as the son of Simon or the dad. Like the way
it's Trevor then Simon.
The game starts off like with a year before Lords of Shadow with Gabriel Belmont. He gets some chick pregnant who
his wife, you mean?
Yeah. And then that kid is Simon's dad. So like but then you start playing
Trevor.
as Simon. Yeah, yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Because Trevor is Castlevania 3. I forgot that was a prequel. Is that right? Yes. I should know these things.
Yes, that's right. You were correct. That last statement was the correct statement. That's it. CastlevaniaTimelines.com. You can look at it now and see. I'm pretty sure 1 was Simon as well, right?
Yeah, Castlevania 1 and 2 are Simon. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
1 and 2 are Simon, and then I for some reason in my head I thought Castlevania 3 was a sequel, like timeline-wise, but no, it's a prequel, and so Trevor would be Simon's dad.
But anyways, you play as not as Trevor. You play Simon in Mirror of Fate.
You start as Simon, and I don't think you play as Simon for very long. And then you switch to Trevor, I believe, and then it comes back around, and Alucard's involved, and but yeah, it's they're telling their story. I'm playing the console version, the HD Mirror of Fate, because I didn't get through it on the DS. So yeah, I'll be streaming that until I finish it, in between all of our other stuff. So,
speaking of old white guys, did you see the new what is it? The Order 1886, that PS4 game. Do you see the gameplay stuff? That it's a cover-based shooter with old weapons? Yep. Okay. It looks great, and all the characters in it are old white guys with mustaches and nice beards. Isn't there a lady, though? I thought there was a lady in the original trailer, in the Order. Yeah, but in the gameplay when they just released, man, you just get behind, you're just laying around corners shooting ye old time guns. Like, if they have other more exciting parts to that game, they maybe would want to show that off instead of here's your first taste at what the game looks like in action. Get behind this short wall, scurry to the next wall, shoot these guys from behind it. I mean, you knew something. Why? When they revealed that game with the non-gameplay trailer, you knew something was up with it. Like, well, not necessarily. It just could have been that it was really early. And the the story and the setting, it seemed like they were going with something unique. And when you just see, so just slapping a skin on the old cover-based shooter. Damn it. Yeah. Why is everything... do we even have examples of other ways to do those? I mean, really, though?
Yeah.
Like this last generation was just everything was cover-based shooters. All the games were first-person shooters or cover-based shooters. All the best games, all the ones that we said were the best games of the year every year, were all one of those two things, and they all played exactly the same.
Hold on. Let's see.
It was like Mass Effect.
We had Mass Effect 2 and Mass Effect 3. No, it's Skyrim, first person.
But it's still
okay.
They weren't really doing anything really that different. The first-person combat in that game was not the draw to that game. It wasn't that great.
Hold on, let's see here.
But it was still like it's a first-person thing. I don't know where I want the camera to go. Like it's like it's going to be in between your legs. It's between the legs camera.
We're missing one, I think.
But it's a little behind you, so all you see are just the legs doing this.
All right. So, what the hell was this year? What did we choose this year? What's our game of the year? The Last of Us. Yep.
Cover-based shooter.
Yep. I think every year we've done the site because Mass Effect 2, Skyrim, Mass Effect 3, Last of Us.
But then we have just all the great games of generation.
Walking Dead should have won last year.
All the Gears.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny that I don't even necessarily associate Uncharted and Last of Us in that until I think about it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Did you play Left Behind yet?
No, I don't think I'm going to. I didn't buy it. I'm not.
What?
I'm not a DLC guy. I'm probably not going to do the BioShock stuff either. I don't know. What is it that good?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, now, okay. Maybe I should then.
You can't tell by the inflection of my voice. I'm excited.
It
was really well done. There's no reason it should exist, but it's really well done. And they wow. Okay. What I thought it was story-wise, and how they would interweave that, that was the most surprising part. So, and man, Last of Us can punch you in the gut when they want to. We should have chosen Animal Crossing as game of the year. You guys were so pissed about that. Oh,
I don't know. That's not good. What is going on? What are these little emote things in the chat? I don't even know. So I'm ready for different. I'm ready for different style of shooting, but I don't know how that's going to happen.
Backwards? Do you want to shoot backwards? Do you want to play some drunken robot pornography? First person.
Oh yeah. Okay.
That thing's got some personality, man.
Okay, let's do that. We need somehow to get together and do a 4-player Gang Beasts.
I saw
alpha.
How can we make that happen?
We need a couch.
I just need to have everything set up at the small box office where we've been doing our event stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Where I just plug my PC into a spot, everything else is ready to go, so we could just meet over there. And
sounds good.
All right, I'll get Jordan on that. I'll get Jordan on that.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Mm-hmm. Good to go. Everything's good.
Yeah, Gang Beast looks silly. I didn't realize it was a versus game the way it was presented. I watched a trailer for it after you told me.
If you wanna see what that game, why you should play that game, go to giantbomb.com. Look for the Gang Beast video. They played it for an hour, and I haven't laughed that hard in a very long time. It looks like the best wrestling game ever made. It's maxed out on the slider for asshole physics.
Mm-hmm.
And you're playing the Royal Rumble. It's essentially trying to throw each other out of a ring, or there's different arenas, but eventually I think it's going to have more to it, or luchador style dudes, whatever. But right now they're these kind of doughy, they're little doughboy kind of looking things. I don't know how to describe them, but it's placeholder stuff. And if you hadn't told me that this was just a test for some bigger thing, I would have said,
yeah, it totally looks
this game looks awesome.
Prototype.
This is fine. Put it out. No, I'm saying like that stylistically, that seems like a choice someone would make. Like, oh yeah, we got these little wrestling. The name is weird, but
did it get greenlit? It's on greenlight.
Surely it will.
I mean, yeah,
it better.
I always like to see Giant Bomb play those types of games. Like sometimes they don't venture down that indie hole too deep. Like they'll go down the retro hole for sure, but yeah.
They're choosy with the holes.
They are. You're very choosy.
Go into. I like a good couch kind of multiplayer experience like that. It's like what was the Insanely Twisted Shadow Planet? We had
Land
that kind of experience.
That's another idea. Jason and I were trying to figure out what we're going to do at Indie PopCon at our booth, and the first idea was just to have a Super Pole Riders tournament. Like anytime, you just come play Super Pole.
Oh my God! Have you seen the new version?
No. What?
Oh my God! They've updated it again. It's amazing.
Is it the one that's coming out for?
They just updated the Sports Friends thing. I don't know. Yeah. Oh. Super Pole Riders. Yeah. I'm pretty sure you. Yeah. There's probably no more discussion to be made about the booth thing.
What do you think of Nidhogg? You've been playing any Nidhogg?
Also looks awesome.
Okay.
All of those, and Samurai Gun.
Yes.
And Towerfall.
That's all. Yeah, we'll just
to play all that.
Rotate local co-op games, and randomly when you beat us, maybe give away a T-shirt. That's our booth.
Can we have booze?
Boobs?
Booze?
We have
liquor?
Booze. Oh. Booze
Can we have booze? Why would I say
booths at the booth boobs. Wait. Boobs
Booth
at the booths. That's really hard. No? No to both? Boobs and booze? No boobs allowed, I think.
Because we can just do drinking games with all the con-goers.
No, we should also have some tabletop thing going of choice.
Tabletop.
What are you playing tabletop wise? I meant to give you.
I haven't played.
I meant to give you tabletop minute.
Oh, that's okay. That's fine. Or as I like to call them, games without video. Played some Pathfinder. Played some. We played a game of Outbreak Undead.
Oh.
Yeah.
Was that your first one? Was that your first one?
No, we played it during Gen Con.
Oh. Okay.
Didn't you? You were there, weren't you?
That was Outbreak Undead. I forgot.
Yeah, you played that.
Okay, yeah. We got in the Tacho truck and got out of there.
So, yeah, bunch of pen and paper style stuff. So that's been kind of fun, and Pathfinder card game as well is pretty fantastic. That's kind of pretty cool, different kind of co-op deck building thing. But then I've been painting miniatures a bunch for a bunch of different games, War Machine stuff, and just got Dreadball, which is the futuristic sports kind of football thing, like Speedball, actually, if you ever played that game. But it's
but not like Blood Bowl.
Blood Bowl in space, but totally different mechanics.
Space is making a comeback this year.
Yep.
More space, more dinosaurs, less vampires. That's where we've been headed. Or I'm okay with the giant robot trend too.
Yeah, big anything, giant, whatever. Like a 200-foot tall T-Rex would be cool. That'd be neat. We just really need like Godzilla movie tie-in game.
Yep.
I think that's really what we need.
That movie can't be good, right? Like even if you put Bryan Cranston in it,
I don't know. So as I was at dinner the other night with somebody who was talking about, did you see the new trailer? It looks awesome. And then they started talking about Final Wars. I think it was maybe the last
Final Wars,
like bad Godzilla movie, or not. I say bad, the good.
Sure.
Not Matthew Broderick. This is like the other
2004.
Sure. And
question: was kaiju a pop culture term before Pacific Rim? Outside of Japan?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Okay.
Oh, outside of Japan?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure it leaked
Okay. Yeah. I was just curious.
out, but yeah, that term has been around, I think, for a long time. So, and I didn't know much about this movie, but I'm pretty sure it's the one with Don Fry in it, and I've seen his scenes. He's an old UFC fighter with a mustache. You know him, you saw him.
Yeah.
And kind of looks like Rick Rude. And but apparently there's a scene in this movie. Well, I've seen it. Actually, he showed me a YouTube clip at dinner. It was the Godzilla from the Matthew Broderick film.
Yeah.
It gets like warped in. I don't know why or how,
Zilla,
but
maybe. Oh, yeah, that's loud.
yes.
Sorry.
And it gets like warped in to take on like traditional Godzilla.
Uh-huh.
And the fight lasts maybe 20 seconds. like old school Godzilla just nukes him with his like laser breath. It just gets thrown into the Sydney what's the big theater? I don't know, remember what it's called.
Oh, yeah.
Sydney Amphitheater or whatever.
I found it. Hold on.
He's like blasted into that thing. Everything explodes and he's done. It's like he just kills him like instantly. It's awesome. Very, very cool.
Post the link in chat.
Super laser breath. Godzilla, definitely the OP Godzilla.
Jesus, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's what. That dude's upset about it, or he's dancing. One of the two. I can't tell. Did you play Godzilla Super Nintendo? I think it was a Super Nintendo game.
I think so. Just like side-scrolling and terrible.
Yeah, but I played a lot of it. It was one of those games that as a kid, you just don't know any better. Like, I just want to play this Godzilla game. It's got to get better. I must be terrible at this game. And
I might have played. Maybe it was when I played was NES. It's in my head. It seemed
Opera
really simple.
House. Thank you. Yeah, the Sydney Opera House.
Yes, thanks. But King of Monsters was probably the better Godzilla game, right? It just didn't have Godzilla in it.
Yeah.
Well, EDF is really, those games are the best Godzilla games. Yeah. The Earth Defense Force
in the
Godzilla movies. It's really Godzilla canon.
I didn't know that.
It's like, yeah, sort of. I don't know officially if there's any tie-in whatsoever, but EDF was like the Earth Defense Force came from that idea, at least, in the name.
Super Godzilla. Was that what I
Can
played?
we Google that? Google it.
I don't remember. None of these screenshots look right.
Yeah, that sounds right. Super Godzilla.
Yeah.
Maybe if there's a web. Did you go to any like a website that has a database of video games?
What? Who has? Those don't exist. Maybe I played. No, I fucking played the NES. I played the NES version. I'm sorry.
That's it.
The NES.
Let's see. Hey, what was the? Let's think about big stompy robots. I don't think they were monsters, but there was a game for PS2, I think, and it had you could run around as like a little dude, and you would remotely control giant like Pacific Rim style robots, and you would have like the shoulder buttons or sticks or whatever would independently control the legs and arms, and you had to. It was like apparently really hard to control. Do you
PS2 monster?
Rad. Robotic Alchemic Drive.
What?
That's it. Yep.
What is this shit?
Giant.
Underrated gem, according to YouTube.
Rad is?
Yeah. I don't remember this at all. What is this?
Link it so people can see it. It's the best.
Underrated gem. Let's see if this video is watchable. If it's one of those history of videos with the way too long intro and outro. What?
Can you hear something that sounds like a tiny horse running through this house? Like
no,
the cat is just doing laps. It's stupid.
All right.
Oh, I didn't mention it, but it's really important to know that don't buy the Elder Scrolls Online.
Oh, yeah. Now that you can officially say it.
It's bad. It's a bad game. Don't do it.
Man, they did a good job of like kind of teasing us a little bit that hey, no, this game might be okay. It might be all right, and then sound like once everybody played it, no. So what's the why is it so terrible?
it's just a like the feeling you get with the uncanny valley feeling of you look at something and it's like, wow, that looks a lot like this other thing, this real thing, but it's just everything about it is way off and you mentally can't get past that. That's how I feel about this the Elder Scrolls game, because they're going, hey, you like Skyrim? Check this out. Look, it's just like Skyrim, and everything, the interface, the markers above a waypoint, the two-hand combat, and you even if you start as a Nord, you're in Skyrim. It's like, look, man, it's Skyrim. The menus look like Skyrim. Everything though is just. The game is just an MMO, just a run-of-the-mill MMO, and they've just done this with it, like jam it into the. Look, it looks it's like a reasonable facsimile, but everything just feels way off. If you've never played Skyrim, and you just are a boring person that likes just plain old MMOs somehow, then you should probably go for it. Good on you. But if you like good games, or you really like Skyrim, and you think like, oh, more of that sounds fun, nope, don't do it. It's bad. It's not fun in the least. Everything about it is just constrained and wonky, and it's not good.
It's not officially out, right? Like they started doing. I know they allowed pre-order material, which they probably
there's everyone's in the beta. Like you can go play it now if you really want to.
So what?
There's this like
Bethesda's banking on. They've got The Evil Within this year. What was their other game? I thought they had some...
Doom.
Nah, I don't think Doom will be this year though.
I don't know. Who knows what that is?
Yeah, I mean, just like you don't really know where it's going. Sure, Fallout 4 will probably be next year if I had to guess. I know they're not talking about it. But yeah, like Bethesda made some like interesting acquisitions, and then I don't really know. I don't know. I don't see their big beacon of hope now. Like they burned a ton of money on Elder Scrolls Online. It's like probably spent all their Skyrim cash on Elder Scrolls Online. So Wolfenstein. Well, that was it.
The latest Wolfenstein trailer was actually pretty awesome.
I can't I got no problems with this game. Like as long as it knows what it is, like it's robot Nazis, fine. Like okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
but I liked the tone, of the trailer. Yeah. I don't know. It's
like rock the world, but it's
whatever.
Yeah,
sure. Speaking of games that should be $40, same.
Yeah,
yeah. That's not that discussion doesn't really work for me because as a primarily PC gamer, all games are $40 anyways.
The bombcast this week they were talking about like how do you make a new Doom, like what's the audience for that, can it succeed, and they were looking at the Rise of the Triad and the Shadow Warrior remakes, and like those only kind of work because they're kind of tongue in cheek and they're budget priced. Like, but do you make a Doom can you make a full price Doom game? Can you make a full price Wolfenstein game? Like, who's playing that? Who's buying that? That'll be interesting.
No one is making, besides Serious Sam and maybe
again budget price.
Will Rock, if you remember that.
Yeah.
Terrible game from 10 years ago. No one's really doing the big. What?
I was gonna say Hard Reset was the. And then I forget what they made after that, but yeah.
But the idea, like,
was that the name of that one?
Yeah. Oh well, but it's not just about Doom. Was I think at its best when you were just totally overwhelmed by crazy demon stuff, and some of the levels would be kind of mazy corridor, figure out the secrets, kind of things. And then other times you would have like some of the best levels were just like gigantic open areas with tons of demons. And that was the stuff I missed from Doom 3.
Yeah.
And I thought, well, why, Serious Sam did it and it was fun, but like they didn't do it with the same kind of awesome, like the metal kind of flair that the Doom games had. Like, why can't we have that? Just make that. But maybe that's not
but you can't,
something that'll make $1 million.
Yeah, I was gonna say, but you can't AAA it. Like I mean, I think yes, make it, but I still think it has to be more budget priced and self-contained in that regard. Like,
they've already spent so much money, I'm sure, on the development of that, whatever that other thing was they were doing that the concept art leaked for.
Yeah.
Like that looked like Wild West Mars or something. I don't know what that was. We know somebody that was working on it, and they can't say anything about it, and it's just like, it sucks. Like, just play anything. Well, tell me. I won't tell anyone else, but just so I know. I have to know.
Can you tell us about all the canceled ideas? Because
yeah. If you're not,
what's the limitations on that? So.
NDAs.
That's going to do it for this return of Super Gaming Best Friends. We're going to try to do this monthly-ish. I can commit to a monthly-ish. Yeah. So Saturday mornings, we'll keep you posted when the next episode is. And it was fun to catch up, Josh. And
that was fun.
So we'll catch you guys next time. See ya.
Bye, everybody.